Welcome, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands. We've got a little break in the action with stuff going on with Pit Axe. We did the Rushlight tournament, and we took care of the supposed pirates, and we're back home. We're going to take a little time to deal with some companion stuff, one of those of which is speaking with both Octavia and Ragongar, so we're going to do that since they're right here. Ragongar stands beneath a tree. Okay. Oh, actually, they actually asked us to meet them outside. I guess we'll go ahead and talk to him here, though. It's not beneath a tree, but I guess we'll pretend he is. There you are. Well, we found my tribe. Now we just have to go have ourselves a friendly chat. The half-orc clenches his fists. And what about Octavia? Did you learn anything about her family? We did. Turns out she's... Stop. No, I'm shutting up. That's her news to tell you. How did you end up figuring it all out? Oh, that's another story entirely. We looked through Janish's books for a while, found where he bought us, from whom, and who helped him. We got all we could from them, but checking up on the information would have meant traveling all across Numeria and half of the River Kingdoms. As you might recall, it wasn't exactly quiet here at the time. Not that it ever is, right? But you know we'd never leave you to clean a mess like that yourself. We ended up hiring a pretty brave crew headed by a good scout. We can't do everything ourselves, right? They pulled some strings, followed some leads, and figured everything out for us. Well, almost everything. The most important parts. Octavia and I will find out for ourselves when we pay our families a visit. Are you looking for revenge? Not sure what I want yet. Maybe, maybe not. Might be enough just looking at these freaks to be sure nature's punished them well enough without me. I'm really just looking for some closure, that's all. So who's your tribe? The sewer rats. Wait, no, that's not it. The crab lice? The threadbare moles? Man, I just can't seem to remember. Oh, right, the dung pigs. The half-orc gives you a lopsided grin. Fine, fine, they call themselves the Sharp Fangs, and for good reason. Ragongar grins, displaying his teeth, smaller than an orc's, but still large and sharp. They have kids with orcs to strengthen their blood. Not bad, huh? They breed themselves like pedigree cattle. So I've really been sold twice. First by my orc sow of a mother, who took some gold to push me and my brother out, never to see us again. Then my father chose which of us to keep and which to sell to the slavers. Treated like an animal my whole life, I'm surprised I'm not barking on all fours. You don't bark, though. You go straight for the throat. Everyone who helped to make you an animal will regret it bitterly. A cruel smirk plays across Ragongar's face. That's for sure. Haha. Right, that scum will get what they deserve. Alright, let's go meet your tribe. Okay. Ragongar's going to meet his tribe, the very people who disowned him. Is he looking for revenge or just to look and maybe spit into their eyes? It looks like he hasn't decided just yet. Okay, let's talk to Octavia. Octavia pensively fiddles with a small metal trinket while she waits. It takes her a moment to notice you as you approach. Oh, hi, it seems we haven't been properly introduced. What? Oh, I guess because she figured out who she actually is. Octavia della Fiorni, heir to a noble title, a family manor, even a coat of arms with a motto. With a sad smile, Octavia shows you the trinket she was playing with. It's a fibula, decorated with a coat of arms, a butterfly, and an arrow. At the bottom, you see the motto, "Serve solely my conscience." So you're from a noble family. I could hardly believe it myself, but there's no doubt. I'm the missing daughter of Marchioness della Fiorni. Missing, that's what they're calling it. How did you discover all this? It took a lot of work. After going through Janish's ledgers, not only did we find information about our purchase, we found a wealth of other data as well. Connections, suppliers, meeting places. But tracking it all down ourselves would have required crossing half of the River Kingdoms and all of Numeria. And we couldn't abandon you. So we did the boring but practical thing, like kings or their entourage might do. We hired a team of sleuths to follow the trail, and they found everything. Who bought us, who we'd been sold to, and where we're from. Finding my family was relatively easy. The Marchioness was already looking for me herself. They just needed to put a few pieces together to realize I was the missing heir of the Della Fiorni family. On the other hand, Reg's tribe had to be found with a looking glass. But it's no matter, we certainly paid them well for their trouble. Do you know where to find your family? There isn't one, really. The Della Fiorni family was waning before I was born. My mother's the last one. She's living in Pidax in a small town house. I'm going to pay her a visit, and I'd like you to accompany me. Fine, I'll travel with you to Della Fiorni Manor. Thank you, it means a lot to me. That's interesting. At the moment, we can't even get into Pidax. I assume at some point that's going to change, so we can't deal with that until we can actually get into the city. All right, so the other one I wanted to do then here was go... I thought we just needed to speak to someone else. Oh, we need to find Willis Gunderson's book. So I think that somebody here in town has got that for sale, so we'll head out and check with the merchants, see if we can find that. I think I saw that another time and should have just bought it then. All right, let's check with people here. I feel like Verdal actually may be the one. Do you have any books by Willis Gunderson? It's like you're interrogating me. Of course I do. Everyone says he's bad, but I like him. The guy writes with feeling. I mean, used to write. Does the phrase 5th and 10 mean anything to you? Is this about Gunderson? He has a book titled 10 Adventures. It's some of his best work. Can I borrow these books? Of course, read away. Valor and Honor, 10 Adventures of the Splendid Willis Gunderson and Absalom. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go find Jubilast. He's still standing over here somewhere. Oh, here he is. Standing on the corner. Jubilast raises his head and closes his notebook. Ah, it's you. How can I help you? I found Gunderson's book, the one we were looking for. Let me see. Jubilast stares into the pages. It's a good thing I'm not a follower of Shaylin, or I'd throw this thing into the fire right now and draw the deity's wrath. Just look at this language. Shivering, she clanged to my shoulder and whispered, Willis, you are my only hope. Only your well-developed adventuring skills, your daring mind, merciless eloquence, and shameless courage can save a poor girl like me. But I digress. We need something that's 5th and 10. Obviously, it's about the 5th adventure from this book. The name of the chapter is In the Corner of the Tavern. Sounds like a place, but which tavern is it? The nearest one? And who or what should we look for there? Wait, we know the place, the tavern, and a number, 24. We can suppose it's a place and a time, or rather a date. The 24 that's contained a dozen times in a dozen is the 24th of each month. I propose we meet at the Capital Tavern on the next 24th and see what happens. Okay, we're past that for this month, 27th. So we're going to have to remember to really keep that in mind. The next month, when we get towards the 24th, we're going to need to head for the tavern. Okay. So the others, let's see. We've got to wait on Lindsay to finish writing. We need to visit Octavia's mother when we can get into Pidax. So that leaves Ragongar's tribe and Harim's quest to the Lost Dwarven Fortress and Nok-Nok and the King's Return. I think the Goblin Clearing is pretty close. Maybe we'll go do that real quick. All right, before we head out, we had a couple people in our regular party here level up, so we're going to take care of that first, and we'll get Nok-Nok leveled up a little bit as well. Okay, our wizard Alora here is picking up a couple level 7 spells. We're taking Insanity and Prismatic Spray. We'll see if we have room to memorize either of those. Okay, we had one new slot here for level 7. We're going to stick Insanity in there. Have her maybe give that a try. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's throw the prismatic spray in there. Potential for more damage on a group from that. It'll be a little bit tough getting her in range for the cone, but we should be able to do that. All right. Okay, here for Enna, then we're grabbing weapon training for hammers, maces, and flails. She does have the one mace that we kind of had been using that is good for another option for her. It looks like we get 2 picks here, but I can't figure out. The second one seems to just default to these weapon trainings that we've already done. Not sure why. It looks like we get 2 slots here, but it seems like we don't actually. Anyway, that's it for her. And we're ready to head over here to the Goblin Clearing. 7 hours. Okay, let's see what kind of trouble Nok-Nok can get us in this time. No one has shown up at the clearing. It seems the king will have to adhere to the ancient rules of Goblin Challenge and come... Oh. Okay. I didn't read that closely enough. We're supposed to be here alone. Just the king and Nok-Nok. So we'll have to send some people home. Okay, now it's just the 2 of us. Nok-Nok looks around, uncertain. You don't see anyone and no goblin shapes about. And no sign of a goblin camp either. Something feels wrong. There's a strange feel in the air and that hint of sulfur, like you smelled on Nok-Nok's cap in the throne room. Nok-Nok speaks. This the place, but king not here yet? Nok-Nok sounds slightly relieved, but he still looks ready to bolt. Something isn't right. Nok-Nok nods, and as he does, you suddenly notice the surroundings melt away into trails of acrid smoke, revealing a number of goblins, weapons at the ready. Still, while their weapons are drawn, they do not attack. They have a curious light in their eyes you haven't seen before, and it takes you a second to realize its determination. They don't look scared at all, merely stand at the ready, as if awaiting the command to attack. As you take in your new opponents, a familiar figure emerges from the tree line, but walking strangely as if fighting the urge to hunch down on all fours, almost feral. The figure looks to be the Goblin King you recall, but something is wrong about him. It's like someone tried to cram a larger creature inside his skin. Tufts of fur like that of a wolf peek from his rags, and his eyes, rather than dull and soft, seem to hold cold fire in them. So, the Lord of Cowardice returns. The king gazes at you and you feel your scalp rise. As he speaks, his voice is a rasp, like knives being dragged across metal plate. Which of you was once ruled by this ragged shape I wear? The sooner your blood coats the ground, the sooner my debt here is done. All you cattle smell alike to me, whether you walk or roast on a skewer. Debt to whom? The king snarls. I'm a Barghest. I was summoned at the behest of a Fae to defeat an ally of one who claims this land, weakening this false king when the time of reckoning draws near. He nods at Nok-Nok and gives a barking laugh. She said it could be any I chose, so I chose the weakest one at your court, if only to fulfill my debt all the quicker and leave this wretched place. The price was that I had to take the shape of this. He glances down at his body. Humiliation. You've been tricked. This is a fight you can't win. This we will find out soon enough, false king. There's no way we're gonna get this diplomacy check, is there? I guess we can try it. What terms did you agree to? Maybe you can turn this against her. Get your revenge. The wording? The beast glares at you. Do you take me for a fool? Alright, I've heard enough. I'll deal with you myself. As you leap to attack, the Barghest gives a howl, and the surrounding creatures charge you and Nok-Nok, echoing the Barghest's howl.
Why not fight back? Best kind
Alright, this will be interesting. Nok-Nok is probably not going to last real long. Oh, everybody's... They're attacking the king as well. We could probably just get Kane over to the king. Maybe we do that right away. Forgot he has this quarry. That's a standard action, so let's get over there first.
No fear.
Whiff. Good job, Kane. Jeez. Go ahead and make sure the study target's on him. See if Nok-Nok can hold his own here. He's only like level 8 or something. Nope. Right, it's up to Kane here. Fairly confident that Kane can manage this group. Let's... if we use Corey, that takes up his whole action. We just need to attack.
You've made your choice. Fight to be proud
Alright,
of.
King's down. Now we just take out the rest of these goblins. As long as he can withstand their little attacks, should be okay. I'm tempted just to... Wow, he's down to half health. Right. Jeez. We've got some potions. See if we can take out a few of them here.
So it comes to this.
Wow, we didn't even get one. And I should have used the potion first. Dang, he might die. Should have had these at the ready. We could get fighting defensively on. To remember that we did that. We have to withstand a few attacks here.
Retreat
Not looking good.
is an option. This is unexpected.
Alright. Oh, that was kind of pathetic. I just saw a pop-up here. It said Nok-Nok wants another word. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe it was just... Alright, let's try this again. I shouldn't have sent Kane over there. I should have just had him stay there next to Nok-Nok. I was thinking we maybe take out the king, that the other goblins would lose their hostility to us. This shouldn't have been such a problem. Okay, instead of rushing over there, we're gonna stay closer to Nok-Nok and try to work together a little bit. He's also got this fireball from that book that he's holding. Could actually probably do some decent damage with it. Caster level 10, DC 18. I don't know. He's so good with his sword. How can we not do anything but that? Let's see if we can take out this commando here. Oh, geez, Kane. Okay, Nok-Nok's actually getting a turn here. Make sure he gets potion down.
Your choice.
Alright, Kane got one of them taken care of. I feel like we should just be murdering these goblins.
So it comes to this.
Okay, it's down to a 1v1 here. King versus king. Alright, it's time here. We gotta get 3 big hits on this guy.
You've made your choice.
Oh, we got 1. Okay, here we go. Finish
it
this.
Comes to this.
Okay. Ah. Why is that a failure? It's because Nok-Nok wasn't able to be the one to kill him? Nok-Nok was unusually silent after defeating the Barghest pretending to be the Goblin King. It's better to find out what's on his mind, and soon. A goblin lost in thought sounds more dangerous than Barghest to me. Huh. Why is that a red X? Maybe because he went down? I don't know. Okay. Fine. Back to Tuxdale and we'll see if he wants to talk. Alright, let's go find Nok-Nok over here. Some of the things in this game are a little too opaque for my liking. Like, I wish it could just at least tell us why we failed that. It just... And I'm used to playing... Dark Souls is one of my favorite games where you most of the time have no idea what people are talking about or thinking, but I don't know, I feel like in this type of game they should be a little more transparent about why things happened. One of Nok-Nok's ears perk up at your approach. He fixes you with a single eye and waits. You don't have anything to say about what just happened. Are all the Lamashtu shrines down? Nok-Nok's ears droop and his eyes fall. All down, easier to knock down than were to build up. He glances around. I hope Mother not upset with me. With us. If so, worry beasts will find us. Nok-Nok nods slowly, but his face is still downcast, staring off into space. As if on cue, his belly rumbles almost sadly. You decide to leave the matter alone. Okay. Better to find out what's on his mind and soon. That's so... What? Did we need to talk to him back at the clearing? There was a thing that popped up like that, but I don't think we can talk to party members when we're out there. Should we have just like left? I don't know. Like that, I'm lost with that one. Okay, so the other one then, we could take care of his harem. The Lost Dwarven Fortress. Or actually, maybe what we should do is head to Varnhold. We can teleport over there. According to a note that was sent to the capital, trouble is brewing in Varnhold. The local militia is infighting nearly to the point of bloodshed. It seems the king will have to intervene personally. Yeah, let's go see if we can take care of that. Oh, I guess we don't have the teleportation circle yet in Varnhold. But we can teleport to Silvershire, which is pretty close. Well, it still takes a day to travel there through the mountains, I guess. Even with that project we did to improve the travel speed in the mountains, still takes a long time. We're about to take over new month. Let's check on things before that happens. Failure with Rage of Sky and Wind. triumph with Treasures of the Ancients. And we finished researching the nature of curses Tartuk. That's, I think, all of the curse research we have at the moment. All right, so we have some things here that just this one opportunity that everybody's like 0% on. So I'm not gonna even attempt. And then we don't have anybody for this problem or this other opportunity. So it's gonna be 3 failures there, unfortunately. We do have a scouting project here. We could put Keston on. Scout the eastern regions. Start that up. Okay, let's finish making our way up here to Varnhold. We really need a teleportation circle here. Decide the fate of the Varnhold militia. How is Kane going to handle this?
Focus on the goal.
Here's Turval. They do kind of everything for us here. I think they're our artisan as well as like our militia commander, everything. A fraught scene is playing out before you. Turval, the captain of the militia, is in a fiery argument with an angry man in heavy armor. Their hands are on the hilts of their weapons, and their eyes are locked. Their stares are so intense they could petrify a lesser warrior. Thank the gods you're here. Reign in these dogs. They're inciting revolt and trying to rile up my militiamen. Aha, she sees her master and runs to lick his boots. This land belongs to us, not this bird of passage. We plow these fields and we protect them as well. When the bandits come, we'll be the ones out there shedding blood for our homes, while the big city folk hide in their holes. I say no more. Turval, what's happening here? These idiots here decided they want to pretend they're independent now. They've all but forgotten the vows they gave you. The fools can't see that if you were to leave Varnhold, the whole region would fall into chaos. The bandits would be back fighting for dominance all over again. The rivers would flow red, but we gave them law and order. And if they decide to give it all up, why, if they'll be such fools, perhaps we should let them have what they think they want. And what will you do? Hang us all? And then what? Send in your soldiers? That's the true face of your grace and mercy. You butcher anyone who speaks out against you, you two-faced bastards. Call out the man. You there, what do you want? What's there to explain? We got ourselves an army here, right? That means we can defend our land on our own now, right? We build these little old huts ourselves, we plow the fields, we fend off the bandits. That means we deserve to rule Varnhold ourselves. We've no more need for strangers. Turval, do you even remember whose gold bought those weapons? Who taught you to fight? Who gathered the militia in the first place? What you say is true. You have helped us arm ourselves, and for that we are thankful. That's why we don't want to break away from the kingdom. We just want to rule our own homes. What gives you the idea that you, living in the capital, know better than us what Varnhold really needs? Trust me, you'll only thank us once you set us free. Oh boy. Why hasn't this revolt already been dealt with, Turval? Forgive me, Your Highness, it's just... The half-elf lowers her voice. These were our people, Your Highness. Our neighbors, farmers, craftsmen. I didn't want to spill even more blood, but I suppose I've failed, haven't I? Turval, take care of your people right now. I will support you. Yes, Your Highness. Now we'll put these upstarts in their place. Hey, you wish. You hear that, folks? They want us to run home with our tails between our legs. What do you think? We fighting for our land or what? Oh boy. Here we go. Fighting our own citizens again. At least these guys have shields and armor and swords. Probably still don't stand a chance though. Alright, we took care of this guard here, and I think we just need to get in here, probably take care of these. Just gonna take some down and dirty fighting here. Everybody can get that dreadful carnage going. Turtle gives you a tired look, but there's an ingratiating tone to her voice. Please, Your Highness, do not execute these fools. Yes, they have... I think we're maybe past that point. They have overstepped their bounds, but this was simply folly, nothing more. I implore you, have mercy on the guilty and do not disband the militia altogether. Oh. Wow. I'm gonna overrule Kane on this one. I can't let him do it. Place them under house arrest until they come to their senses. As for the militia, I'll give you one more chance. Turval smiles, her face beaming with gratitude. Thank you. You have my word. This will not happen again. We won't let you down. Listen up, you oafs. Away with you. Back to your homes, everyone. Kane being lawful good there. Give the Varnal militia a second chance. Kane's all about second chances, isn't he? Okay. I don't know if we've ever actually... Let's go visit Turval here. Turval greets you with a friendly smile. Welcome. We've just brought in a couple of new recruits. The guards are teaching them all they need to know about standing night watch, and I'm busy making armor for the boys. No one should fight bandits with a bare chest. Leather armor can do wonders. It won't make a lot of noise and give away your ambush, but it will protect you just fine from a blade. How's the militia doing? Things have quieted down a bit. As soon as you showed force, everyone who used to speak out turned quiet and obedient. Finally, we're serving the people instead of arguing among ourselves. Tell me about yourself. Turval gives a sour grin. Not much to tell, Your Highness, and it's not a pretty story. I grew up on the street in Daggermark. Not the best place to live, in case you didn't know that already, especially for lonely children. But life teaches us a lot of things. I was able to survive, then got involved with a gang and built up my life from there, all on my own. Not on my mom and dad's sweat and blood or some fancy title and a bunch of gold. People knew they could trust me, and that I've got my head screwed on right. There were some who were ready to follow me, and I even thought about becoming a bandit myself, but Turval frowns as if she remembered something shameful and unpleasant. It wasn't meant to be, that's all. I left Daggermark, traveled around a bit. At first I tried hunting, but then I picked up leatherwork. As it turns out, I'm pretty good at it. Become a real master, in fact. That about covers it, I guess. So you were in a gang once. Turval gives you a suspicious look, but then chuckles and waves it off. Oh yes, the mistakes of youth. There are a lot of youngsters in Daggermark. Those who can think on their feet join in packs. Street gangs fooling around, putting the squeeze on merchants, all that. But that's long behind me now. And besides, we never messed anyone over. Or better to say, we kept things in order. If anybody tried to lean on our neighbors or started misbehaving, we took them in hand. I'd like to know more about your craft. The half-elf's eyes glisten and dance. Leatherworking, you mean? With pleasure. You see, the trick is to remove the hide so that the tendons don't stick to it. Otherwise, it will go brittle. Then you only need patience. You let it rest, you drench it in salt water. That way you get sturdy leather, hard as wood, but still flexible. If you wear that, you can rest easy even with some bastard poking you with a blade. It's not steel, of course, but you won't be running around the woods all day in steel, or sneaking up on someone from behind. And then there's all the other equipment you need to survive a day in the woods, or on the dark streets, and it's all made of leather as well. Without a good pair of boots, the first snake will get you, if you haven't drowned in some swamp already. And without gloves, every poisonous bush will leave its nasty marks on your hands. And I won't even get started on belts, the most useful thing you own if you don't want to lose all your things while you're on the run. All in all, it's a good craft to know, and it keeps bread on the table. Why have you chosen to settle in Varnhold? The girl's face darkens as she turns her eyes to the ground in silence. I killed the wrong man. I thought he was a villain, a threat to those who were under my protection. I couldn't forgive myself, so I left. I went wherever the road would take me. As for Varnhold, I was just passing through when I suddenly felt, this is it. It felt like the place I could start a new life. An honest life, a life lived by the law, and here I am. All right. This merchant over here, we can sell some stuff that we just picked up. Okay. I think we're done here in Varnhold. So we will probably head back to town, and we're still just kind of in a little bit of a holding pattern, waiting on the next events here with Pitax. So we may be able to take care of some more of the companion stuff, and we still have these errands. I don't know, these I have a hard time focusing on these. Probably should. Not sure where to find this author. I kind of have had that in mind, but haven't found the right person yet. These other things, we just need to go searching around. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to those. Maybe not. Anyway, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again next time here in the Stolen Lands. Bye-bye.